this is the board. The game is about 4 different mafia groups. We categorize it, Yakuza. So 4 different regions.
Are those your notes?
Yeah.
They were.
Got hardcore on it. I guess.
Yeah, they did.
But so we have these different groups, and the goal is to get to the center of the city and to control the center of the city, because you want to be the king of the city, the king of the mobs. So
Yakuza, Russian Mafia, Colombian cartel, and just do we know what that's called? What's that?
No.
What's that?
Not yet. We were going to look it up just to be more
We don't have
about.
enough time.
So
I think you could pretty much take any
Oh, no, you can
any
say Italian
race or
mafia.
region and just.
That had to be answered before I could go any further.
So you choose whichever one you want. It's up to 1 to 4. So we were going to go 1 to 8, but that just made it a little complicated. So 1 to 4, you choose who you want to do and start with. And you start with 1 lieutenant, which is you're the boss of that group, obviously. Then you have your lieutenant, and you have 3 henchmen. So we can go ahead and set it up. We'll only play through a few rounds because it's kind of a longer game than the other ones. So set it up, and then each player starts with 400,000. We have a whole money system. Like goes into detail and stuff, but the point is, there's 3 different rings. So there's the outer, and then there's a ring right here, and then there's this middle ring right here. The goal is to get to control those. So to get to control of those, we want to do it city-based, and not just kind of like houses or whatever. So there's utility, there's courthouse, utility, city hall, entertainment, and those are kind of like courthouse is going to be
We have like what we like if
the
this goes further.
police, kind of public figures. The utilities is going to be, the
Sewage,
electric,
electricity.
gas stations.
And then entertainment is bars, film industry, music industry, game developers.
And then city hall is the judges, the media, all that stuff. So each different space here represents, this is a utility company area. And so to get into the second ring, you got to get 6 of the certain areas to get in the next area. So say if you want to get to here, you can get 6 utilities and get into the utility area. Then once you own more of this, you can go around. And then to get to the courthouse, you have to own, I think it was 6 of the city.
Yeah.
So
No, 6 of the court.
yeah, 6 of the court. So we spread it out so that you have to go into other players' areas. Because if you didn't have to go, then you can sit there.
What is gang activity without turf wars?
Yeah, so it's pretty much turf. So you have the option to do multiple things, and we'll just go ahead and play a few rounds.
We want to roll. No. First, what you do is each player gets 400K.
That's the starting money.
Yeah.
There's no base money, like baseline income, because you're going to buy properties to get that income.
Yeah. And so at the start, everybody rolls the dice to see who goes first. I got 1. So he goes first, and
We'll
he
just
gets,
go like this.
and
We'll go,
you get to choose which way.
So, the beginning of the turn, you get your 400,000, then you're gonna, at this point later on, you can buy more henchmen or buy a lieutenant, because you can take out hits on the other people's players. So you can take out hits on the henchmen, or you can take out hits on the lieutenant and get rid of them.
Oh, I thought you said you could take out hits on the players.
Oh, no, it's probably not. It just
Probably not the right way to do it.
That's probably.
Well, if you're really losing, desperate times, man, desperate times.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll. You can
100,000 if you hit in the face.
I would let you hit me in the face for 400.
You can split the dice amount between your pieces.
Because that is your movement, so you have 3
To
pieces.
start. So say I want to move
1
one
each,
here.
yeah.
So yeah, I'll just go ahead and do that. So I want to buy, my goal is, I'm going to try to go for utilities. So I'm going to get, buy those 2 places. And we have the money system.
And the money system's right here.
Very,
So to buy one of the outer, each one of these is pretty much is a property. To buy it, it's 100,000.
So I'm going to buy 2. And I get those properties. So kind of like, once you buy them, it's kind of like Monopoly. They're yours. And then at this point, you can either bribes another player. So say if, I wanted later on, if I wanted to bribe for safe passage into her territory, which is right here, I can be like, hey, here's 200,000, don't attack me. Then her initiative is, yeah, I can take it, or I can take it and backstab you and be like, oh, well,
Just some social interactions.
yeah. So that's what I'm doing for right now. So then it's his turn.
Okay. And since we're on the first tier, we only have 1 die to roll.
Yeah.
And
I got one.
Dang it. All right. So.
And the higher you roll, the better it is for you, so you can move more.
I see that he's on utility and maybe moving to. Well, I only get 1 shot anyway, so I want to pay into one of my properties here, which is 100,000.
Yes.
So you're gonna muscle in on the utility.
Yeah, so-
on utility.
So he can try to block me from getting into the utilities.
Right. And I choose to buy that.
Are you done pushing?
And that'll.
There you go. I get a 6, so I'm going to want to go into utilities as well because because you want to go into the closest way to get into the second tier.
Just challenge the 10 pieces.
Yeah, so the black outline is this is first tier, the second tier.
Yep.
And third tier.
And you have to use all of your movement speed
Yeah,
okay.
places. You cannot
You're like, oh, I don't
Can you move
know.
your lieutenant on the first turn?
No, well, you can. So the purpose of the lieutenant, we'll get into that right now. The purpose of this guy is this is what lets you be able to take out hits. So your henchmen are for taking over places. That's what they do. Your lieutenant is for taking out hits. If somebody enters your area, they can take you can take a hit out on for a price. The henchman and the lieutenant cost different amount of price.
Right.
Or you can move your lieutenant into the other person's territory and take it out. But then maybe he bribed her. So it's a lot about strategy.
If you end up killing the entire group, are they out of the game?
No, because they can buy more. So they still have money. If you take over all their property, they're out of the game.
Okay.
So that's how that works.
Yeah, because because henchmen are 50,000 to buy, and then to buy another lieutenant, it's who's a lieutenant? It's 100.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are well-paid henchmen.
Oh yeah.
Like 50 grand, I would do.
Yeah, seriously.
One time.
Lieutenants have the ability to kill within the parameter.
Right.
They cannot kill henchmen in a different parameter. Or
Yeah, so I can't touch anyone else.
Because that would just be uncool.
That's
against the rules.
That's a real
And it's a very money-based game.
Sure.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 300K to buy all 3 of these utilities. So I only have 100K left.
Strong move.
Right?
And it's your turn.
So it's my turn. So and now once you start buying properties, that's your upkeep at the beginning. So for each outer property, it's a set amount. Inner property, it's a set amount. The innermost property, it's a set amount. And the outer is 15.
Can you sell properties to other players?
Yes.
Yes, that's part of, you can buy, sell, we took out trade because that was too complicated.
Yeah.
And then you can bribe players and stuff like that.
That's one of my things. Is you can take out a hit, you can bribe, or sell and buy.
Right.
Can you sell each other's henchmen to each other?
I
mean, you got loan
Rent
muscle
them
out,
out,
you know,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah, exactly.
We thought of conversions, but then we thought it might be a little too complicated.
Okay, sure,
to do
yeah,
that,
makes
so,
sense.
yeah.
We got a
500,000 pesos. That's like $20.
I mean, it might look odd to see like a bunch of like Yakuza walk around. There's one Russian guy dressed up the same as him. Maybe that's,
My mother was half Yakuza.
We're gonna have real weapons.
I'm gonna
to
exchange
give
it.
us, so.
We're gonna have a foreign exchange.
Real weapons to give a sense of realism.
Yeah.
Just go maybe like 2 more times.
Yeah.
Two
Okay,
more
what
times
is it?
around.
You didn't let much guys through? My turn? Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna
Oh,
Your game doesn't end in the next
Because I have property, I get money, I collect on that.
And you, for all the outer 2, you get 50,000.
It's a set amount.
Yeah.
50,000? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
50,000.
Jesus, never mind more. Oh, cool, so they have 6 spaces. I think I'll just move 4 spaces to the city, and then 2 spaces to, I'll stay in utility, and I'll buy utility.
How do you
So-
claim the bonus areas?
Okay, so
that's
for
for
the
the
bonus
beginning,
series,
but
the goal of the game is to own all all 4 of each of the base of the
Yeah.
bases.
So you want to get all 4?
You want to get all 4 of each one.
Yeah,
And once you own, like, if you own all of City Hall, you get the bonus in City Hall.
Yeah, we have
And the
bonus.
bonus in City Hall is you get like X amount of money each turn. For the courthouse, you get 1 henchman hit. So you can kill any henchman on the board. For utilities bonus, it's take away any property. And then for entertainment bonus, it's recruit. You get a recruiting of a henchman.
So
That's what I converted.
Yeah.
because it's kind of a longer game, so to take it into it. So say to get into the inner, you have to get 6 of utility. So if I'm getting into that, I'm getting closer to that. So what they can do at that point of the game is they can either you can move your places to something I own if it was a utility. They can take it to there, and they can buy it from me. And then I can't be in that outer ring anymore. I have to buy it back or get a different one. So it's all about knowing where you are and then trying to get into the middle.
So do you lose the income from your stuff in the middle if that happens?
Yeah.
Or you-
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
If you
It's cutthroat.
Serious business.
Yeah. If you lose all,
That's what
like,
he
you
likes.
have to have 6 utilities to get into the utility. But if one of us take that utility, your henchman, and your property is stuck there until you get 6 of the
you can't
utility
do-
back.
Can you have, is 3 the maximum number of henchmen, or can you buy more?
You can have as many as you want, as long as
want.
it's a very like
But
money
they get
based.
expensive.
Money
as
talks
we
in
go.
this game.
Yeah.
Right.
So say if that was about to happen, and I could see her kind of moving in, I can be like, I'm just using an example. I can be like, she's moving in on me, and she's in his territory. I can bribe him with money to take a hit out on her.
Yeah.
That helps me.
That's
And that helps me.
he's like,
So
upgrade my door.
and then you can
My
bribe.
mansion.
Now, do you plan on having all of that just out there on the table, meaning you say it right in front of her, or can you just like text her?
Yeah, no.
There's consequences to those actions. Though.
Well, that's what I mean. So if I were to ask you to take a hit on him, but I didn't want him to know because him and I are still cool, because you don't know that, is there a way to implement that sort of underhandedness?
Yeah, you can kind of do that. Yeah,
I did
right.
a table.
That's something to think about, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
So there's
Because let me just put you this way: if I wanted to put out a hit on you, I wouldn't want you to know about it.
yeah.
No. It's all about the
Not that I would ever
surprise.
do this.
You can also bribe for safe passage. Like
Sure.
if I wanted to go in his territory, I can bribe him. And I did that earlier. We were playing a game earlier, and I was actually kidnapped. But
You were gonna die.
I let him because we're being up.
We were bribing each other.
Nice.
so it's a really cutthroat, and the goal is just to own all of this.
I know that sort of idea definitely cutthroatness.
So
Nice.
Definitely like that.
It's
Right?
excellent. Excellent.
Do we want to fast forward and maybe show what would happen if we were in the higher tiers, maybe? Or do
Yeah.
you think we should just stay in the first tiers?
I don't.
It's kind of complicated to say it that way, but yeah.
We kind of went a little.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, seriously, all this. Come on.
So we really want to, make it. You got to think whether you want to spend your money on henchmen, you want to bribe somebody, or you want to save it. Because once you get in here, these cost a lot. These I think it's
These
like
are
$1
$1 million to buy.
Yeah, $1 million.
These are two. Yeah.
200.
These are $2 million, and then these are $1 million. And like to buy them or take them over, like the
It's
last
like-
one to take them over is 1.5 million.
It's
So
always
you
a little
have to
like
have a little bit.
Right.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
And we thought of putting cards for when
yeah.
people when you get hit, the cards have no effect on the
It's
player,
the
but
gameplay.
Say somebody hits your player, whatever, we'll have a card that shows an illustration of how your player got killed.
Yeah,
so,
so
it might
like-
be a vice grip, or it could be they got thrown in a furnace or something.
Yeah.
So garbage compact.
You know, normal stuff.
Yeah.
Feet first down a wood chipper.
Water, Chinese water torture. So. Left in a Walmart on the first of the month. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You just don't want to do that. This is hard. I'm just saying. That's a rough time.
Is there anything anything else
tough.
you guys want to
You guys
see?
have any questions?
No, I like the idea.
Guys, any questions from you guys about this? You know, the only thing I find hilarious is that because we keep talking about the similarities with Monopoly, there's no get out of jail free card. No. Where's the?
I would like to see some advantages and disadvantages based off of the game that you're running.
We were gonna look that up.
Oh yeah, some uniqueness. Yeah.
So we were gonna
Yeah,
implement that.
like that's
with
why
this
these are
round.
different colors because like
We want them to control, like maybe.
you can only hit someone in your sanction. And
Well, I think he means something along the lines of like for one specific for the
Like the
Russian
Yakuza.
mafia, it's cheaper, just a little bit cheaper to hire henchmen.
Yeah.
For
like
the
there's gonna
Japanese,
be.
they have more mobility.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would like to see like a strength
Yeah.
advantage.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we wanted to look it up. There just wasn't a lot of time.
So maybe like the Colombians aren't as loyal to their leaders.
Yeah.
They're already differentiated by the center, though. So you might want it to be a random distribution because the Colombians always get an advantage in going after entertainment.
Well, but see,
that's
Like,
how we
that-
did
That's
that.
actually true.
This is
That is true.
entertainment. But look what's around it.
So you might want some sort of randomization.
No, but he's
involved.
again, this is just an idea, but I think I got to follow too, where maybe although this is all written in, these four aren't. These are cards.
Oh,
And you just okay, I'm Colombian, European, boom, and you randomize where they
okay.
appear, just for the
Yeah.
sake of the perspective.
And that way you could also have like 12 or 13 different
Yeah.
gangs and you could just randomly draw your
Or
gang.
if you go beyond four, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, you mean it just you can have 12, but just you draw four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Like,
And you can really throw some
And
differences
then
in there.
each one of them would have a weakness or a
Yeah.
strength depending on what card you
We
choose.
want
Exactly.
to
I think that'd be awesome.
That would be
You
awesome.
could always.
There's a lot of room for
Yeah.
Cool.
It's awesome. Guys, incredible.